It is Wednesday, February 12th, and today is the Leo full moon. So you can see in the chart here, the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Leo directly across from it. That is what makes it a full moon. So let's go through some of the powerful aspects that are happening here within the chart during this full moon, along with the Leo energy in general and what the full moon represents. With it being in the sign of Leo, there is a call to be courageous, to be bold, to release your authentic creative expression. I really love this saying for Leo about sharing your creative expression, sharing your truth, your authenticity, your vulnerability. But it's like, it goes deeper than that for Leo. It's like opening up yourself and literally sharing a piece of your heart with somebody else, with, maybe the collective. Maybe you're creatively expressing and you're putting yourself out there and allowing a piece of your heart, a piece of something so deep inside of you, allowing that to be seen and hoping that it's received, with applause and with praise, as Leos can be known for kind of wanting attention or wanting applause or wanting to be recognized and to be noticed, which I think every sign could, have some of that energy within them. But it's deeper than just wanting attention. It's more about sharing this really deep internal part of yourself, sharing your authentic creative expression, sharing your vulnerability, sharing something so deep inside of you, sharing a little piece of your heart, and how it almost hurts to share it because it's so personal and it's so meaningful to you. This is the Leo energy that we can get into with this full moon. It's about standing in your power, right? Leo is the lion. It's courageous, it's bold, it's being brave enough to show your true self, to show who you really are, to authentically express yourself, not to, take on pieces of other people or kind of mirror back other people's personality traits or other, things going on within them. It's being bold, it's being courageous, it's standing in your truth, it's knowing who you are and expressing from that place. It's having so much internal self-confidence and self-worth and knowing your gifts, knowing what it is you deserve, knowing your worth, truly knowing your value, so that it doesn't matter if you receive the applause. It doesn't matter how other people, react to what it is that you're doing, how you're expressing yourself, how you're sharing yourself, how you're moving through the world. It's just about putting yourself out there over and over again. This is the Leo energy. And that is the polarity here. That's the polarity between Aquarius and Leo. So Aquarius here representing more the collective and kind of celebrating everybody's uniqueness within the collective. Aquarius does not want attention generally. Aquarius wants to be in the back burner. They don't want people looking at them so much. They want to do their own thing. They want to walk to the beat of their own drum, almost go against the crowd, do things differently. Whereas Leo is the opposite energy. It's about celebrating each person's individual unique gifts, your authentic expression, letting yourself be seen, standing center stage when it is that what the fuck you're doing. Leos love to be watched when they feel confident in the thing that they're sharing and what it is that they're doing. Generally, it's something that they've, practiced for a period of time and they feel really confident in this gift that they can share. So it feels a lot just now, the general energy of the chart and kind of what's going on with this full moon and the energy that we've been coming off of. It feels a lot right now like we're stepping into our power, truly, with this Leo full moon. It's about being bold and being courageous and kind of owning who you are and not being afraid of sharing that, not being afraid of sharing your heart, not being afraid to stand up for what it is that you believe in, what you deserve, what it is that you're worth. We've been moving off of a lot of water energy, and it still comes. It's still here in waves. All of this fucking Pisces party down here, the North Node with Neptune, it's still very much exact. I mean, it's 1 degree orb right now, but it's a strong aspect. All this Pisces watery energy is kind of enhancing the sensitivity, our ability to feel things on a really deep level. It is a really, really strong closing of a cycle, closing of a chapter. We're at the very end of this cycle here. Neptune is going to change signs here in a bit, really, at the end of March. It's going to move into Aries. It's starting a new 13-year-long cycle. This is a huge cycle that's coming to a close. And Pisces energy in and of itself represents closures. And so there can be a lot of things coming up into our awareness right now. So many things from the past. It's like every day, little things can come up and it comes in waves, right? Emotional waves. Healing is cyclical. We can continue to revisit things that we've once moved through and we've, feel like we've healed, but maybe we need to go back to it and cry about it and release some more energy that's been kind of stuck and stagnant there. And that's actually what this full moon is calling for. Let's talk about Uranus over here. So Uranus in Taurus at 23 degrees right there. It is exactly squaring, exactly 1 degree of orb. It's making a square to the moon and to the sun here. So basically it's applying pressure. It's a little bit of tension. It feels like we need to do things differently. That is what the planet Uranus represents. Uranus is the great awakener, the great liberator. It's here to kind of shake us up out of stuck, stagnant energy. And it can feel a little bit chaotic at times, or it can feel a little unexpected. I mean, that is the truest form of Uranus. The thing that we can count on is that we don't know how it's going to play out. And this energy isn't necessarily going to flip everybody's world upside down. Uranus kind of shakes up the stuck, stagnant energy where it's necessary. It doesn't just flip your whole world upside down for fun. It's, all for a purpose. It's all for our growth and for our evolution when we can see it from that perspective. And so there is an energy with this full moon where it's asking us, or you could be feeling a little bit of internal pressure or just this desire to do things differently, to kind of think out of the box. Maybe it's even within your own mind. Maybe it doesn't have to be external things. It can be the way that you viewed a certain situation or the way that maybe you've spoken to yourself. We're going to access the Leo energy here about what it is that is possible for you or what you can create or how much space you can take up, how bold you can be, how much attention or praise do you deserve. It can be just rewiring and reworking your own limiting beliefs. That's what Uranus can be, kind of shaking you up and out of that stuck, stagnant energy around, your beliefs about yourself, around what's possible for your life. Or it could be something in your external world that needs a little bit of shifting, that needs to change, that needs to be seen from a different perspective. Again, the Uranian energy is very unpredictable. It wants us to see things from a new angle. It wants us to embrace our individuality. Uranus is all about authenticity. It is the ruler of Aquarius. So there is a need to do things in your own way, to innovate, to break free, to think about something from a new perspective. Another aspect that I'd like to speak to that is ongoing because Venus is going to go retrograde. So we've got Pluto here in Aquarius and it's making a positive aspect. It's making a sextile to Venus. Venus here in Aries, so they are having a beautiful conversation with each other. And we know that Pluto is the planet of power, of your internal power, your personal power. And so Venus being the planet of relationships with it in Aries here, it's almost like like a calling the power in, a having an understanding of what you want in relationship, of who you are. It's in the sign of Aries, right? So it's all about the self and the identity and feeling strong within yourself. And Pluto really enhancing that feeling of power, of strength within you. When Pluto is activated in the chart, it helps us to face our shadows, to face things that we haven't wanted to look at, that we feel like we haven't been ready to look at. And when we do embrace these things, when we do look at them, we move through the most powerful healing portal that we can possibly ever enter. And so it's almost taking us through this journey of self-worth and self-growth and who we are in relationship and what we want in partnership and intimate relationships, also in friendships. Just what we value is kind of getting a surge of like infusing your personal power. Wherever you let that get away from you or gave it away to other people, it's like calling it back in right now with this energy. And again, it is ongoing. Venus is going to go retrograde here soon. It's going to move back into Pisces, then it's going to move forward again. So it's not done having conversations here with Pluto. So that is a little bit about what's happening in the sky right now. As always, there's many layers to what's going on. It's not just one aspect, although at times it can feel like there's just one really strong aspect that's kind of taking over. But I hope that this was helpful in working with the full moon energy. I hope everybody has a beautiful full moon in Leo. And you feel that fiery, excited, inner child, playful, courageous, bold, fun Leo energy. We all need some more Leos in our life that just give us permission to be the fullest expression of ourselves, to stand in our light, allowing ourselves to be seen and to stand center stage when the time calls for it.